First out of the gate now, we have the under-19 female category, and our first rider is going to be young Ellie Whale Kingy. She's competed already in the cross-country event and the cross-country eliminator. She's got to be feeling it in the legs by now.
Oh, without a doubt. As she drops into the forest, looking pretty smooth, Barnesy. A lot of upper body strength required for this discipline.
Yeah, look, she's going all right. She posted a 6:07, which wasn't the fastest time in the qualifying, but by the looks of this run, she's actually posting a faster run. It's pretty tidy.
As she drops into that section, a little bit cautious there, but goes through cleanly.
Yeah, look, I think this is going to be a really good time for young Ellie. She sprints towards the finish. It's going to be a 5:44.57, so that's a huge improvement for the young under-19-year-old. Now out of the start, we've got young Tegan Malloy hailing from Thredbo, Kingy.
Yeah, the Kona rider, good start now. She sprints down that little first start hill.
Yeah, and been mixing it up in a few of the other events with the elite women and really been posting some good results. She's a very powerful peddler.
Yeah, she's got a great coverage of skills. She can pedal, she can jump, and of course on the new Kona team now, teammates with Connor Fearon, riding out of Thredbo, lots of altitude training.
Yeah, not a bad team to be on, just quietly. As she works her way down, we come down off the drop there. She's looking fairly tidy. She posted a 5:18 qualifying, so that's a respectable time. Would have put a 6th in the elite women, so that's very respectable for a young under-19-year-old. And the time's going to be a 5:21.54. She'll take out the under-19s females there comfortably, which is pretty much what we would expect from Tegan.
How are the conditions out there, Tegan?
It's very loose and dry, dusty. It's really hard to stay on. I had to stack through that middle section. So it wasn't my best run, but still happy to take the win here.
Pretty loose out there, so it's kind of anyone's race really, just who keeps it upright. Yeah, it's a real competitive field in under-19s at the moment, so could be anyone's race.
Under-19s male, our first athlete out of the box is going to be young Jackson Davis from Victoria, Kingy.
Yeah, he's on the specialised FJC machine, and you can see he's got a good turn of speed there as he disappears into the forested section.
Yeah, one of our top qualifiers posted a 4:26, very respectable time for an under-19 there. Lots of speed. He's dealing with the looseness nicely.
Yeah, I tell you what, those bomb holes are really starting to bear up now as the latter part of the day's riding.
The fastest we've seen by 30.
And as he comes across the line, it's going to be a 4:01.28. That's an awesome time. Next rider, Joel Willis, hailing from Lithgow in New South Wales as we go through here, but he comes in the last corner. He's, oh no! He has dropped it.
Thrown it away.
And he's trying to get back on the bike. He's off again.
Oh, his derailleur's hooked up in the back wheel.
Oh, devastating for Joel Willis.
He'll be gutted.
All right, here we go, King. Andrew Crimmins, the under-19-year-old that I think half the teams in the world are trying to get their hands on. This boy is fast.
Yeah, Andrew Crimmins, one of the fastest riders in the country, and he's been snapped up by the Kona factory team, and he hasn't had very long to get used to this new machine, but I tell you what, from his seating time of, I think it was 4:04, Barnesy, he's certainly well on pace.
Yeah, well, his first ride was at the Cannonball Run late last year on the Kona bike, and he took that out. He actually beat all the elites, so we can expect big things. Have a look at him hit this course. He is absolutely on a flyer, and if that Kona signing isn't the best thing to happen to Kona in a long time, I don't know what is.
I tell you what, and hook it up with Fearon, it's just going to be an awesome and formidable team.
It's a big sprint to the finish. It's a 3:50.95. Crimmins has smashed the under-19 male field.
Oh, that was just a showmanship plus. That was a brilliant run to the line, Barnesy.
I was really happy with that run. Such a physical track, and the track's super blown out, so sort of had to almost back off in a few sections a little bit just to make sure I didn't go down. And
out of the gate now, Aidan Varley from Victoria has posted a very respectable qualifying time, 4:02. Kingy, he should be quick.
Yeah, the giant rider riding out of the Yarra Valley Cycle Stable has been absolutely pounding the sections all weekend. Seating, as you said, went very well. And you can see him putting it together now in this run. Looking clean through this section now as he scrubs off the jump. Absolutely flying down the mountain.
Yeah, he's been a very consistent rider, as young Aiden, as we go through it. He seems to be dealing with this loose stuff easily as we go down through the course. This is our elite riding level as we go through here.
This is really good riding from this young rider.
And out of the last corner, he's back on the cranks. This is going to be a really fast time. It's a 3:57.71. It's enough for a second, but not enough to get Crimmins out of the hot seat. It's the last of our under-19 male riders. Max Wasorski, a 3:59.73 was his qualifying time, King. Very fast, the only under-19 to actually crack the 4.
Yeah, Wasorski's all over this. Planet Cycle specialised rider. He's really pushing hard and has been making an indentation into this seating all weekend. This is really going to be down to the final seconds of this run to see if he can upset that time of Crimmins.
He's thrown that specialised round like he owns it, which he does. He's all over this track. The loose stuff not bothering him at all. It's going to be very close. He's going to go. It's a 4-minute even. 4:17. It's not enough to knock off Crimmins or Varley for that matter. He's going to have to settle for the bronze. And Andrew Crimmins is your under-19s national champion.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I've been training hard for this race all season and put a lot into this race, and yeah, I'm so stoked.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the under-19 men's podium. Ladies and gentlemen, Tegan Malloy.
Yeah, it's my first national championships as an elite rider, so I'm really stoked. I got 4th yesterday in seeding, which I'm really happy about. Like, it's great competition. There's about 10 girls in elite field, which is great. So I'm really stoked with it and thought I had a fast run, so hopefully I can improve a few seconds. Yeah, the females field's awesome. It's got about 10 riders, so I'm really stoked about it. But just to be pushed by such good riders is amazing for me for World Championships and for the World Cup. So yeah, I'm really stoked about it.
All right, so strap yourselves in as we hit the downhill. This is the course, Kingy. What do we got? We've got 1.8 kilometres, 770 metres vertical drop. What's the course about?
Oh, look, this course is one of the ones that riders talk about all year. It's just full of ruts, breaking ruts. It's got meandering through the trees, open sections. I mean, this is one of the most radical courses in Australia.
And here we go. This is the first of our elite women coming down the course now. We're going to see young Shelley Flood. So Shelley Flood been doing the national series, of course, and works her way down here. What bike we got?
I think Shelley might be on a Santa Cruz there, just out of the corner of my eye. But I tell you what, Shelley's been putting in some great results, getting on the big sprint down that flat off-camber section there.
Yeah, like you said, have a look at this course. It is loose. She hits it up towards the finish line now. Let's see. First of the girls to post a time, 5:01.93. That is an awesome result for young Shelley.
Yeah, the conditions out there are super dusty. The track's a bit torn up, but it's good.
Okay, we've got Michelle Crisp now riding for Norco Bikes up in the course. What a beautiful vista in the background there. Really sets the scene. Good pedals out of the gate, and I tell you what, she's already off to a flying start, Brett.
Yeah, Crispy got lots and lots of power. Got a track background of all things, not exactly where you expect a downhill rider to come from, but have a look at this. Drifting our way down into the trees for the very first time.
Yeah, getting hooked up in those ruts, and that's really indicative of this course. You can see that it's just shaking the bikes to pieces. But as you said, she is a great peddler, and Crispy getting it going down now on this bottom section. And we'll wait for that sprint. This is where it's going to come down to that last sprint, Brett.
Yeah, throws the Norco down in here. 1 foot off, big sprint towards the finish.
Oh, that's impressive. How'd she go for time?
5:06.46.
Oh, that's pretty respectable.
Shelley stays on top though.
And I tell you what, she'll be able to go into the hot seat, or maybe we need the hot reclining lounge.
Here we go. Danny Beecroft, our next elite female rider, both you and I know fairly well, had a huge year last year. Silver medalist in the World Championships in Junior Elite, under-19s. She'll put in a big effort. Had a few injuries. Tucks herself down there through that high-speed section.
Yeah, she's looking the goods. New team, green to gold, under the tutelage there of Chris Barlin, and it's just going from strength to strength. The pivot bike working very well for her all last season, and as you can see, a gifted bike handler. Down into this last rutted woody section. Let's see if she can get those pedals on. Nice tuck. Barnesy, this is going to be a pretty good run.
Yeah, she's quite happy drifting the back end of the bike. She's got to put in some big pedaling here if she wants the time, though. It's going to be a 5:05.12. It'll put her up the top, but not at the top.
Yeah, I tell you what, got to be happy with that. Coming back from injury and all, it's a very hard road back.
Danielle, you're in second position. Yeah, how was it out there?
Very dusty. It was so dry, but it was a lot of fun. Like, I'm stoked with my result for the first time at national champs for elite rider, so I'm really stoked. Thank you.
Emma McNaughton up in the gate now, the Novocastrian, and a lot of experience under her belt. Probably about 4 years off the bike, so this is only a fresh start back after a long and illustrious career in the Australian mountain biking scene. Her partner Ben Goff just coming back from a pretty horrible injury himself, but Emma really looking the goods today on the Santa Cruz bike, Barnesy. She's drafting in nicely into this section, handling the ruts and the chutes well.
Yeah, I don't know that Emma would be really fazed by this course. Like, she's ridden so many courses over the years, so now this would just be all part of course for her. Comes down there nice and loose, sits down a little bit. She looks pretty relaxed.
Yeah, she's had a lot of international experience and been exposed to a lot of riding with some of the elite men through her connection with the sport, and it's paid dividends. And this is a great sprint, but this is going to be a great time.
That is it. She's cracked the 5 minutes. 4:58.35, the first girl to go under the 5.
Wow. That's just an incredible effort, and that's on a borrowed bike, and which is it's a large tube, so probably a little bit too big for her, but it hasn't phased her at all.
I just really wanted to go smooth and fast and just try and not crash, because I think the track is so blown out. It's all the berms, all the lines are gone, so yeah, I just tried to keep it smooth and stay on.
I'm feeling really good at the moment. I'm just really happy to have spent the off-season injury-free and just get some solid riding in, and now starting the serious racing and feeling pretty good already. So yeah, I'm really happy, just being on the bike and being fresh.
Tracy Hanna comes down and through.
Yeah, there's not much pedaling on the track. It's all about your skills, this one. It's one of the more fun courses I've ridden in a while, so it's really fun to ride. It's cool to see how it changes every day, but it's pretty steep, and it's just rooty and rocky the whole way down, so yeah, it's good fun.
Okay, up on the launch pad now, we've got Tracy Hanna. She's slipping the goggles on, got the special lenses, no doubt, with the 100% there to help with the visibility. And she's ready to fly. And I tell you what, so are those paragliders in the background. Away we go now. Big sprint to the first forest section. Absolutely flying. Barnesy, have a go at the aero tuck position she adopts here.
Yeah, her and her brother Mick been doing a lot of riding, so the story goes all over the world, and she is really prepped for this upcoming world season. She's a powerhouse. There is not 1 ounce of energy wasted. It all goes straight back to the bike.
And I mean, the stories have been about her injuries, the comeback from the broken femur, came back then broke a collarbone, and she's managed to come back, and she's on top of the game right now. And with Team UR, let's see what she can do to the line now.
Look, she's going to smash this. She has. It's a 4:22.44. She has annihilated the women's field.
This is unbelievable. This is like a fairy tale for Tracy Hanna. And with Cairns coming up in April, it's just a fantastic fairy story come true for her.
Yeah, looking very promising for going Tracy Hanna.
Wow. She's going to be absolutely stoked.
From the top, it started out all right, but I got a bit ahead of myself and started running corners, so had to bring it back a bit, and then I just pedaled everywhere I could to make up that time that I lost. Yeah, finished.
Tracy Hanna!
Yeah, pretty happy. it's always something that you want to bring to the international circuit is the Aussie flag on your sleeve. So I think I want it the most.
She certainly did want it the most. 40 seconds into the rest of the field. Our podium for the elite women is going to look Tracy Hanna, Emma McNaughton, Shelley Flood, Danny Beecroft, Michelle Crisp, and Kelly Weinert.
Yeah, I love coming to the national championships. We get so much support from home, and nowadays the schedule's so busy. I've just actually come in from Colorado after racing in South America 2 weeks ago for the national champs. So it's hard to get to races here, but I always love coming back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Hanna is your new national champion.
Yeah, it's something that I'm really proud to wear the Aussie flag as national champion when I have the opportunity. Each year, and also having Tracy. Last year we both won, and that was huge for us, particularly because Tracy had come out of some really serious injuries, and that was a good confidence booster for her, and it was exciting for me to see going into the racing season. Yeah, 2013 was really good overall. The last 2 years, a few years ago I had a rough year, and the last 2 years I've just had long-term goals and been building steadily, and 2013 really went well. My main aim was World Championships at the end of the year, and I was second there, unfortunately, but also that was an awesome result. So
Hanna is in the gold medal position here. Yes, sick man.
my training coming into 2014 is going really well, and I've done some good testing and development with the bike and some new products that we have. Coming into nationals, you're always a little bit nervous. You don't know if what you're doing is working or not, and until the first timed run, I guess you just wait and see what happens. But as it stands, I'm really happy.
There we come, number 3, Jack Moyer riding for Yeti.
Oh, Jack Moyer there on the Bergamont, experiencing a little bit of the dust and carnage that started to come out of this track as it broke down in the seeding runs.
Yeah, and Troy Brosnan, another misfortune for him in seeding, now just waiting for his race run.
Actually going up for my seating and just on the trailer, and bike happened to pop off the back and kind of tumble down the hill a little, so it got pretty bent up, but yeah, just broke the gate in seating and went back down on the trailer, and trying to get it fixed now and get it ready for tomorrow and come back and try and sit in that hot seat to the very end. So I'll be off first, but I guess if you look at the positives, I'll have a better track and the sun won't be in my eyes, so just have to attack it and hope I get the win.
And here he is, previous junior world champion, probably in an unfamiliar position. You would not normally expect to see him at the beginning of the finals.
Yeah, because of that incident in his bike getting damaged, that's put him at the head of seating. So he's nearly one of the first riders down the hill. And his classic style, how smooth, he just floats across the ground. He's not aggressive at all in that way. He's just very smooth, Barnesy.
Yeah, and this seating change might just play into his favour as we work it down. We know the light's been a hell of a lot better for the riders this time of day, and it is not slowing him down at all. The man is on fire. The Specialized is moving.
Have a go at the power wheelie. Can this guy turn a crank? Absolutely driving to the line.
And he has just smashed every posted time. 3:42.90.
I just tried to keep it smooth. I made a couple of pretty bad mistakes, but apart from that, I just pedalled and let it loose at the end. And yeah, I'm pretty surprised with my time. Just hope it holds up. Stream Australia, they've done so much, and just working on my bike pretty much all last night was such a big ask, and I'm just so thankful and just can't wait to see what the results are.
Okay, Timmy Windshuttle up in the blocks. Now we go, and I tell you what, a good sprint, good turn of speed, Barnesy.
Yeah, he works his way down through the first part of the course here, and now into the trees we go. Nice piece of speed as we come down through the rollers.
Yeah, got his big drift on through here, but you've got to look out because I tell you what, at any time, anything can happen, Barnesy. Oh, We preempted that perhaps, but I tell you what, he was just looking way out of control. Talk us through this one.
Yeah, look, the front wheel up, just hits a bit of rock there, and over we go, nose over tail.
Okay, Liam Panozzo dropping in now. This young guy's had some fantastic overseas World Cup results, juniors, and I tell you what, his brother is a World Cup racer as well. From Mount Beauty, he's got a lot to show on this track, Brett.
Yeah, finished in a podium when he was under-19 rider at a World Cup level, so he's no slouch. Probably been away from the scene for a little while now, get back into it with the Victorian Series and riding the giant bike very well as we hit the high-speed section of the course and then come back into the trees.
Yeah, Yarra Valley Cycles are going to be absolutely thrilled with this. How do you go for time, Barnesy?
Big finish. It's going to see him at 3:57.85.
It was a good run. I'm happy with it. I haven't been riding much lately, so.
How's the course out there today?
I think it's getting better. Like, if we had another week riding, it'd be amazing. All the soil's gone now, topsoil. It's getting hard packed. It's good.
Yeah, Barnesy, this track is really starting to degrade. He talks about all that powder and the visibility in the corners. It's getting pretty deadly out there as we pick up with Ollie's Wah now.
Yeah, the interesting thing is the pros and cons there. Like Liam's mentioned that there's a little bit of hard pack coming through the loose stuff, so that could actually play towards our later riders. But then they're saying that the light's going to be a little bit worse. So it's working both ways. Ollie's Wah, young rider, first year in elite from Victoria. Had some great results in Victoria. And he's on it. He's really on it, this young fella. Not someone we'd expect to see at the top of the field, but I tell you what, this is a good run.
Yeah, tracking well there. This is going to be a great time, Barnesy.
3:58.59. It certainly is, Kingy. That is going to put him into third place. This young fella from Victoria has pulled out a screamer.
Mate, I'll tell you what, we're going to be experiencing some muddy conditions here right now because Graham Mudd dropping in on the orange machine for Lusty Industries. Great turn of speed, and that backdrop with the paraglide is just setting the mood as he takes off down the course. Have a go at the smoothness. He's in the tuck, a powerful rider with a BMX background. Barnesy, he has got it all.
Yeah, four-crosser BMX has had some huge results overseas in slalom as well at Sea Otter. So, a very, very good rider, very well accomplished in a whole bunch of disciplines and super, super quick, super fit, and he is putting in a very fast run.
Going to see his big sprint to the line. He's a great peddler. Here we go. Oh, a little bit of a foot drift. Went wide.
It's a 4:02.10.
And this guy's looking pretty switched on right now. It's Ben Power dropping into the trees. He's on the Santa Cruz, getting the bike moving now, looking smooth. And I tell you what, whoa, Barnesy! Nearly threw it away.
Oh, held on to that one as we come back into the trees. A little bit of nose manual that wasn't planned. But this is a nice run from Ben Power. Gets that thing completely sideways as we work our way back into the trees and up to the drop. Scrubs the hell out of it. That was nice. That was nice.
I tell you what, he's using every ounce of his suspension. This is going to be a good run. A ragged run, but can he get down in that top 10, Barnesy?
He's getting closer to 4:02.01. And nice little nose manual at the end there. A little stoppy.
Finishes it well.
Very good run from Ben Power. And here we go. Dave McMillan, probably one of the stylish riders on the Australian circuit. Boy, this boy can throw a bike around.
Oh, mate, he's the king of whips and quips. Here we go now. He takes a nice wide line there, getting away from some of those braking ruts, carrying good speed. Look at the stance, Barnesy. It is all about the stance as he gets now into the trees.
Yeah, he's got lots of leverage. He's a big boy, so he can really throw this bike around, sort of reminiscent of Petey. I'm going somewhere there like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Got that sort of feel about him, but yeah, on a Specialized this year and is riding the wheels off it. Scrubs that as well as we come off the drop, and lots of speed. This is a quick run, Kingy.
Oh, it's going to be a sprint to the line now. Let's see if he can hold it.
It's sub 4, it's sub 4, 3:57.18. Oh, that's the closest. I think that's as close as we've got to Troy Brosnan. Still hasn't knocked him off, but Dave McMillan giving our hot seat holder a fright.
Look at the camaraderie amongst the riders.
Yeah, second place for Dave McMillan.
David managed to keep it upright.
Yeah, managed to. It was pretty hard, but got down a few bubbles, but you get that on a track like this, so it's cool.
You happy with the time?
Yeah, I improved on my other time, but had a small off, so yeah, no, it's better.
Righto, Todd Madsen up in the gate now, the Sandgraper, WA rider. And no doubt used to riding on that slippery stuff, the pea gravel over there in WA.
Yeah, I watched this young bloke last year and he was absolutely impressive. Like, he ended up finishing right up near the big hitters of Australian downhill last year at Stromlo. I'm really looking forward to seeing this run because he was on it last year. I want to see if he's gotten better.
Yeah, that was a stacked field, and noticeably absent from this round, Sam Hill. I understand he might be injured. Given this giant bike all sorts of service coming through.
Yeah, so with Hill missing, it's Todd Madsen holding up the WA flag. Let's see what the boy's got. He's on a flyer at the moment. He really has not backed off in any one of these corners. Hits the drop and he keeps it nice and low. Back on the cranks we go, maybe. No, he's not sneaking pedals in. He's still happy with the speed.
Visibly faster, sprint to the line. This is going to be a sub-4 for sure.
Qualified fourth fastest, 3:56.16. Moves up into a new second place.
McMillan there, getting the congratulations.
He's just been knocked off by this young WA rider. So huge result from Todd Madsen. He's consistent at the Nationals, really consistent rider. I'd love to see him actually maybe take this thing to a World Cup.
Okay, Jack Moyer now. Let's see if Jack can hold it together. We know he binned it in seeding. He's on the new Team Bergamot. He's on the German manufacturer. And this is going to be a great season for him, coming off the back of his Yeti ride with Rowney Sports. But he's got some tremendous speed, and he is a gifted bike handler. Very big and big levers, Barnesy.
Yeah, I know the Bergamot team very, very happy to actually jag this young rider on their team. He's got a lot of promise for the upcoming World Cup season, so you're really someone to keep an eye on as we go back into the trees and off the drop. Lots of speed from Moyer.
Working the suspension now as he drops into this last rutted section, Barnesy. It's going to be a great sprint to the line.
It was a 4 flat for Moyer. Can he better it? It's a 3:49.32. We have another new second place, been knocked off again.
Oh, this is incredible. It just gets better and better.
No one can crack Brosnan's time. He remains in the hot seat.
Barnesy, this is mountain bike downhill at its best.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's pretty loose the whole way down. Jack's getting pretty blown out at the moment, but it's good to hang on to it and hit all my lines pretty good. Had a few moments, but saved them, and yeah, stoked.
He should be stoked. Huge run from Jack Moyer here. Now out of the box, Connor Fearon, probably one of Australia's most talented young downhill riders. Second year in elite. Knocked off Troy Brosnan in round 1 of the National Series in South Australia. So if anyone has the kudos to actually get our current race winner, it's this boy.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's shaking that Kona up. The full carbon frame there, absolutely soaking up these ruts. And we'll see how he goes coming out of this last section, Barnesy. Has he got the sprint for the line?
He's had some huge results overseas. Really on it now. He's pins it as we hit the drop and down into the lower half of the course here. And the Kona is doing everything he's asked of it. Come out of the last corner, it's Fearon. He's in a position. It's going to be very close. It's a 3:45.14, 3 seconds.
Maybe just not enough, mate, but I tell you what, there's going to be no love lost. He's going to try and take that crown all season long.
And Fearon has thrown absolutely everything at Brosnan to try and knock him off. And we have yet another second place.
Oh, this is just incredible. Okay, everyone's been waiting for this man. Riding for UR Hutchison, Team Polygon. Mick Hanna hails from Cairns. We'll see him in action later on in April this year for the round of the World Cup. Look at him going. He's off the back of the bike. He's got a very unique riding style. He's very smooth. Those aero tucks working for him, Barnesy.
Yeah, super powerful as well. Generally, if the track hasn't been ripped up before Mick, it's going to be ripped up afterwards. He comes down through heaps of speed, not giving anything away here. It's a very quick run. Goes into the trees.
Yeah, look at this, Brosnan now. I think he knows that he's got it in the bag. Something's happened. He's dusted, busted and disgusted.
I was just going to say, we've lost some time there from Hanna. Something's happened while we were in the trees.
Yeah, he sleeves up. He's had a binner.
Yeah, look, it's a 3:56.29 with what looks like a crash, but that gives it to Troy Brosnan from South Australia. The young South Australian downhiller has wrapped up the National Championships. Big hug and a kiss there from Mum.
Wow, you can't take anything away from this man. Yes, he has had a fall. Have a go at that. Obviously something going on up in the trees there. Connor Fearon coming down. The camaraderie under the ride is fantastic.
Yeah, and Mick Hanna, despite what looks to be a major crash, has still managed a 5th place on the podium.
I just washed out in one of the off-camber turns near the end. And couldn't get my foot clipped out in time and just hit the deck, got wrapped up in the tape, and stuck behind a tree. So, yeah, pretty bummed.
Troy's got the gold. He's a top rider, isn't he?
Yeah, Troy's a good rider. He's, especially on this type of stuff, it's super tight and he's a small fella, so I'm happy with how I'm riding, but not very happy with today.
Yeah, it's pretty hard coming down first and waiting that long, but I'm glad I sat it out to the end and got the win. It's just an amazing track and pretty hard weekend to get out on top.
And it's been a pretty tough, I guess, year or two. I mean, coming back from injury, it's not easy.
Yeah, for sure. It's always hard when you come back from injury, and it takes a year or two just to get back up to where you want to be. And I feel like this year I'm going really good. Just got to stay fit and healthy, and hopefully those World Cups go as good as these national races.
He's had a bit of a recovery road in the last couple of years, and to see him come out and win here, and he's in a good place, which is great. And the last few years have been tough, but he's getting back up there.
He took out the series, and ladies and gentlemen, he is your national champion for the elite men's downhill, Troy Brosnan.
So our elite podium for the 2014 downhill is Troy Brosnan in first, 2:24 ahead of Connor Fearon and 6:42 ahead of Jack Moyer. Then Todd Madsen, Mick Hanna and Dave McMillan.
Coming second to Troy's, I'm getting pretty used to over the last couple of years. We've been racing each other for like almost 10 years now. So I think I am closing the gap. I was only just over 2 seconds, so I'm really. My goal was to get top 3 because Mick and Troy were here. They're both fast racers, so it's a bit of a bummer that Mick crashed, but I'm still happy to get second.
And the weekend in general, it's a beautiful spot to ride a bike, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like the weather couldn't have been better. It's an awesome town. There's a nice lake to relax in after practice, and yeah, it's been an awesome weekend.
And Kingy, it has been an awesome weekend here at the Subaru Australian Mountain Bike Champs.
I tell you what, mate, the plethora of talent that we've got in our Australian ranks now, the future is looking bright.
Yes, and that wraps up the 2014 Subaru Australian Mountain Bike Championships. On behalf of myself and the rest of the team, we look forward to bringing you all the action next year.